Okay, guys, so I gotta tell this story. I was at the fair, me, my wife, and my daughter, okay? And my newborn son. My son was, I don't know, he.
Okay, so I'm not going to kill you guys and let you listen to 5 minutes of him trying to tell his story, because this gentleman is a horrible storyteller. Nothing against him personally, he's boring as all get out. And Kiki, you sent me that and I endured it. But hey, so I'm going to tell his story for him, but you can go back and look him up and find it so that you can verify I'm telling you the actual truth. So according to this gentleman's story, while him and his wife and his daughter and his newborn son are out at this fair, and obviously it's some type of country style fair, he goes out with his daughter because they want to get a chicken leg or one of the turkey legs. So they're going out and they're getting a chicken leg. Then while they're getting it, this huge guy comes up to him. And the guy comes up to him and he shakes his hand and he talks to him a little bit. And then the guy thought that it might have been something off with him, but he's a great guy and he likes to speak with everybody. He's the kind of guy that's a people person. So he goes ahead, he talks to the guy, he shakes his hand, and nothing ominous was said at the time frame, but just shaking the guy's hand. And then he goes on about his day with his wife and his daughter, then they newborn, they leave the fair, he get home, and about 3 hours after getting home, he gets this tremendous knife pain in his head that feels like he's about to die. And so he tells his wife that this is so bad that I got to go to the hospital because something is so wrong, because I'm feeling so much pain. And they go to the hospital, and while they're there and he's feeling like he's about to die, they start to think maybe that guy was a warlock and he put something on me, and I've heard about that happening. So his wife started praying before the doctors saw them, and as she prayed and the doctors came in and they started evaluating, he never says what happens with the doctors, but says that the pain started going away and his wife started praying. And so he figured it was a warlock that tried to kill him. And then he's heard of people, and he talked to some friends of his who are from Africa, and his African friend was like, yeah, I've experienced that. Warlock touch him, and all of a sudden that person died within 3 hours. And that was just about the amount of time that he had spent with that, since he had shook that guy's hand. And so he praised God for the fact that he didn't die because a warlock tried to attack him, even though he has absolutely no evidence. So that was his story, which I call bullshit on. I call bullshit on it for a couple of reasons. One, what it sounds like is that you might have had an aneurysm, because I've experienced people who have had aneurysm, and it sounds very much in the way that you just explained it. I've seen people who had other issues as far as having high blood pressure and all of a sudden having that stabbing, painful headache. So your story could have been high blood pressure. You never said what the doctors actually discovered. You just went into your wife prayed and everything was better. That's not proof. Let's see what the doctor said. But you also are sitting up here talking about the fact that it's after the fact. If your God was a real God, if your God was really there for you and was watching out for you, why would he give you 3 hours of almost dying instead of letting you recognize that this person is a warlock? And don't even shake his hand in the beginning. Don't even deal with him in the beginning. Have a big warning sign over warlock, 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 warlock. No, you got to test it. You got to feel it. You got to go home. You got to deal with it. And then you got to guess to figure out whether or not that was it. And you're just going based on your own assumption, based on what society has taught you. That guy may not have been a warlock at all. He might just like to dress the way he dressed and be the way he is. He may not have anything to do with it. But you superimpose on that gentleman what you think he is because of an experience that you had. So bullshit, bullshit, bullshit. You're making up shit. So y'all have a great day. And remember always, you have to free yourself to be yourself, because your greatness is non-negotiable. Good journey, good vibrations.